Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have the bit of a glue. Well, it's not glue, but I mean it's not glue, but it's not very high IQ either. It's blind second zoo. It's like it comes in the top 10 most brainless decks. You literally need no skill whatsoever to pilot it. So if you're a new player, this might help you. Um, but yeah, it's basically just blind second, just destroy your opponent's board with like 20 million blowouts, go into an 8 mat Zeus and pass. Yeah, pretty simple game plan, I know. So, I guess I'll just get started. Deck is really straightforward. There shouldn't be too much I have to explain. 10 different Zoodiac names. I mean, you're also running a triple tanky, the extra barrage, a couple of draw cards. If it's very easy to it's like if you're not drawing a zoo, then you must have some really bad luck. Um, but I mean, 14 zoo names plus desires is like 95% plus chance of drawing into at least one zoo. So, yeah, just your standard lineup. Bunny Blast, Kataroos, nobody uses them, don't even ask. Um, Next for the more interesting part of the deck, Dimension Shifter. Everybody's favorite card. 11 out of 10 card. It's basically an auto win versus half the decks in the world. I mean, unless your opponent's playing Metaphys of all things, then you should be pretty safe about Dimension Shift. Like, standby Dimension Shift is pretty good. Your opponent might have Gamma. If you're afraid of Gamma, you can wait for them. You can wait till they have a monster. Although, you're usually, you might want to play around Gamma for game one if you want to, but that's kind of optional, I guess. I might just always just shotgun the D shifter. Well, maybe it kind of depends. I don't always shotgun it, but you kind of get the point. Next we have the one Pancratops. Basic going second card, destroys a card for free. A back row, it can destroy a monster. Realistically, does everything you want. I'm not running Zoo King Alpha. I just couldn't get the space for it. And plus, a lot of the meta is reactive anyways, so having the alpha might not have been that great. Like, yeah, it can bounce all of your kaijus, but if you're gonna blow up their board with Zeus anyways, why does it even matter? Like, having the extra kaiju in hand, it very rarely comes up, and I just thought Zoo King Alpha could have gone into better space, like a Harpy's Feather Duster, for example. Speaking of our four kaijus, you generally don't need any more than four. I don't recommend playing less than four either, because you can banish stuff off Desire, so you can't resolve Slumber. I once banished three kaijus, very unfortunate. Could have won if I just didn't banish three kaijus, but really, really strong cards. It outs really powerful boss monsters. Um, well, one thing this deck does, it kind of struggles against Dragon Link, I guess. Um, but yeah, the Kaiju's really, really strong against most decks. It can out stuff like Winda, it can out stuff like. Would it out Battle Butler? Like, if your opponent isn't using Bow Wow Bark in the standby phase, if they're playing Prankids, then you can punish them with the Jizkirku or Godarla. Um, and sorry about that. The main reason for this exact selection, there's no real reason. Gametsil has low attack, Jizkirku has high attack. Um, Godarla has it's a wind attribute, so it beats Bird up, and Humongous. It's the second lowest after Gameciel. Basically, that's the only reason I'm playing it. Um, so those are our kaijus. Dark Ruler No More kills combo decks. Tanky, well, by the way, Dark Ruler it doesn't just kill combo decks. It kills a lot more stuff. Like I don't know. You could say Invoke Dogmatica Shadal. It can kill that too, which is cool, I guess. Dark Ruler No More. It's really, really insane card. You might side it out if you want to, although I generally don't. We have the Fire Formation Tenki, just for an extra searcher. Droplets, just to break boards. Once again, it's blow out the deck. You're running as many blowouts as you can. I would have run Super Poly, but I just really do not have any space in my extra deck. It's really tight. We have the one Feather Duster for back row decks, along with triple Lightning Storm for even more destruction. Monster Reborn, really good just to extend past stuff like pops, because this deck can sometimes struggle to do that, which is pretty funny. Like Zoodiac cannot beat Dryden Pass, it's a bit funny there. We have the triple interrupted Kaiju Slumber, pretty, basic thing, just to break boards if you're playing the Kaijus. Unfortunately, you might banish a couple of Kaijus off the desires. That can happen sometimes. It happened to me, but Kaiju Slumber, really solid card. Just blows up the board for free. Lightning Storm, it's very versatile and it's used to, which isn't the which is another reason to play it over something else. I can either just act as Feather Duster or a Raigeki depending on the situation, which is why it's super strong. Not a lot of people play into the Raigeki effect since it can only destroy attack position monsters, but its Feather Duster effect is probably one of the strongest. We have the Avarice and Desires 2/2. I decided to go for 2/2 since I couldn't really decide which one to run over the other. Avarice just does so much more if you're not able to kill them, or if they're just playing Eldritch or something and have infinite recovery, or you're just not able to, or you just don't draw an extra extender to play through like a negator or something. So Avarice can definitely come in there, and since you are investing into a higher material Zeus, it can help there too. And Desires is just Desires, draw 2 cards for free. You're not too afraid of banishing anything apart from maybe multiple Kaijus, and that's just unlikely at that point. And finally we have the one Zoodiac Barrage, just for an extra extender. The side deck, it's just a bunch of going first cards since you are blinding second. If your opponent forces you to go first, then having these extra cards are cool. We have the Ice Dragon's Prison, not Ice Dragon, this is the Ice Dragon Prison. We have Solemn Strike. Dimensional Barrier is actually pretty good against certain matchups. Solemn Judgment, if your opponent decides to, if your opponent's back row deck, then Judgment's really good. And Different Dimension Ground's also pretty cool. Actually, it beats a lot of decks like Dino, Prankids, Dragon Link, Invoke Dogmatic Ashadal. It just pretty much beats all those decks single-handedly, which is really cool. Next for extra deck we have the Triple Zeus. And now usually Triple Zeus doesn't come up, but sometimes it does. I once made a Zeus on top of a Zeus on top of a Zeus over 3 turns, which was kind of funny. I was able to get 3 Zeuses on one card. Pretty funny. Another Vespinato, pretty cool if you're trying to go for the ODK. Just it's another 2500 body. I believe it has a floating effect that can revive stuff like Pankratops, I guess, but you're not really going to trigger it. It happened once, it happened once, but it's never really going to practically come up. A Daigosto Emerald, just for more shuffling cards in case you don't have access to Avarice. Double Borbo to attack directly. Triple Chakanine to reborn stuff and have extra grind. Trident just to pop. Hammer Kong, just another Zoodiac name. Tiger Mortar, just to attach extra cards either for extra material, extra protection with cards like Ram Ram or Whiptail, or like something on those lines. And finally a Mega Clops. If you know your opponent cannot just out Mega Clops, then that's a good bet. So pretty self-explanatory deck. I don't think I had to make something that long, but the deck's good, I guess. It's just pretty sacky, and really not sacky, I'd call it more cheesy. It's whenever you play it, you feel like you're just committing a war crime, but it's not. I wouldn't call it a cool deck, but it's good. It's not bad. Like, since blinding second is a lot better now without mega threats like Virtual World in the meta, and VFD and stuff like that. It's a lot safer to blind second. And being able to just set up multiple board breaks with a single card is absolutely insane. So that's kind of my list for now, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.